Welcome to the Master Your Magnetism podcast, where I interview top experts to help you create the life and relationship you've always wanted. Today, I'm talking with Alex Cormont. He's an amazing relationship expert from France, and he helps women create the love life of their dreams. So welcome, Alex. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Helena. Such a pleasure to be here again.
Yes, I always love chatting with you, and I decided to record this video for YouTube as well. So if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, click the link in the episode details if you'd like to see a video of this episode. I had to bring you on my YouTube channel again, Alex, because our videos always get such an amazing response. I know my audience absolutely loves your work and everything you have to say. And today we're going to be talking about what to do when a man starts acting distant or pulling away. We're going to talk about what that means. Alex, I know you have some great material on that. The fact that a man's silence or distance is actually a decision in his mind, and what to do if you're in that situation. We're going to share 3 things to get that man pursuing you again, get his energy coming back towards you if he's the right man for you. So Alex, let's dive in. What is the first thing you have to say about the fact that a man's silence is actually a decision?
So it's to basically accept this situation, because I've got so many women from all over the world, and when there is a silence, they are looking for answers, so they ask a lot of questions. They will be traumatized by the situation. They will not understand what is happening. So I try to explain to them that when a man is silent, when a man will just not talk to you, it's a decision. So it doesn't want to talk to you, doesn't want to invest time in a relationship. Yes, we can change it, but you need first to understand that if you ask questions, if you chase him, if you harass him, nothing good will happen. So the first thing that I will ask the women I coach is to mirror his behavior. So to be distant. And I know that this is scary, because when you have someone that will not talk to you, you think that he will forget about you. You think that it will be a disconnection, the chemistry will go away. So you have to maintain the communication. You have to talk to this guy, which is in reality a huge mistake. So what we need to do in this case is to use the mirror technique, which is just, we will do exactly the same as he's doing, at least for the beginning. And the beginning will be between 10 to 15 days. So the first 10 to 15 days, you don't want to ask questions. You don't want to be in the mindset of harassing the man to get answers, because you will have nothing. He knows what he's doing. And usually, and I want to pick your brain on this, Helena, I do say that a man that will just be distant is trying also to keep the door open. So he will not tell you that he doesn't want to be in a relationship. He will not tell you that this is a breakup. He will say nothing, so he can come back whenever he wants with some excuses like, oh, I was busy. Yeah, I didn't have time to talk to you. I didn't have time to send you a text message, which are for me excuses. But what do you think of this situation, Helena?
You literally read my mind. I was going to ask you, just in the mind of a man who's doing this, does he want to leave the door open? I've certainly found emotionally unavailable men, avoidant men, love to leave the door open, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to really commit to you and put both feet in, but they also don't want to close that door so they can't come back around. It's almost like they have you in their back pocket and just they can come around whenever they want, as long as you allow it. So I love everything you're saying. You want to mirror his behavior, because so often we want to close that gap, right? We feel that distance, we feel that space, and we want to kind of keep that connection active and alive so we don't lose him. But you're saying to do just the opposite, which I totally agree with. So I'd love to hear what else you have to say on this.
So basically, once we start to mirror his behavior, so we will start to be distant. And I will say that in 70 to 80% of the situation, you will see that this guy that was distant, that was silent, he will come and text you. But this text message will be a test. He will send you something really random without emotions. So you will feel mad every time I coach a woman. But Alex, he just asked me, how am I doing? Not even like, I miss you. I want to see you. I don't understand his behavior, because before he was really involved. So ladies, what you need to keep in mind, or guys, because I know that on your podcast, there is also some men, and it's not about sex. It's about the nature of attraction. When someone will send you this type of message, they are trying to test you. And if you respond the same thing as usual, they will just go distant again, because they know they can come back whenever they want. So this is a little bit of, let's say, manipulation or test. So the number, like the action number 2 that I want you to do, we start with the mirroring technique. And after that, we want to respond something that will be a challenge. So when you have this guy coming to you or not, if you want to engage communication after the 10 to 15 days, you need to talk with a great energy. So I want you to change completely the words that you're using, the energy that you're having, because we want to surprise him. We want to make him feel that something happened in your life where you are free of him. You don't have any codependency. You're not waiting for him. You're enjoying your life, ladies. And this comes with, how are you talking to him? If he said, like, for example, how are you doing? And you say, I'm doing well, and you, this is not good. And this is what everyone is doing. I don't know, Helena, if you have seen this situation, but the women I coach, everyone, they say, like, they respond with some rational. So they are like very trying to do good and they don't want to do any mistakes. So they will respond in the same tone of voice of him, which is not what I recommend. I would recommend you, ladies, to show up and to show that during this time, you really focused on yourself. What do you think of this, Helena?
I think it's so great because I think a lot of women, they get excited to hear from him and they're also pissed off, like, what took him so long to get back to me or to get in contact with me. So do you have an example of what a woman could say to show a guy that she's just been enjoying life? She hasn't been sitting by her phone waiting for him?
So the first thing is to take your time before to respond. Simple and very stupid, but very important. So if, for example, he will text you during the afternoon, I always say the rule is simple. You respond when you are in bed. So you wait until night, you're in your bed, you're going to sleep, you respond to his text message. And you need to have a text message where you talk about something new that happened in your life. Usually men, when they are silent and they are distant, they will react to 2 things. Your professional success. Oh my God, I was working on this professional project, or I got a promotion, or I have to go to do a trip to Hawaii or anywhere. Just talking about a professional success is a great idea. And the other thing that will make men react is your social value. So, oh, I just started to do some salsa class, or I just started some dance lessons and learning to play piano, whatever you're doing, but you socialize with people. That will create a reaction where, okay, so I consider her, I took her for granted. I thought that she was needy. I thought that I can do whatever I want with her. But now, because of this new behavior she has, I love her energy. So, but as you love to say, there is not a magic solutions to. So we need to make sure that you need to apply a tip to your specific situation. The only one rule is you need to consider this guy like he's your best friend. So if you talk to him like it's your best friend, you will not be so emotional. You will not be scared to do a mistake. And as simple as it sounds, it will bring you results. So I hope this gives some clarity.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like taking that emotional charge off of it. Right. And,
Yeah.
a lot of times if a man's constantly disappearing, if he's constantly backing off or getting hot and cold, obviously we want you just to dump that guy and move on. I would imagine you would say, right, that's what I would tell women to do. But a lot of women aren't ready to do that. They still want to see where things could go. Maybe they think he truly has been busy or he's been working on something, or maybe it's still in the early stages where they're not in a committed relationship yet. And so I can definitely see how implementing these things and just keeping it all about yourself and your own life and that feminine joy and excitement for yourself would pull him closer if he's the right man for you, rather than like him not wanting to come closer because he's afraid that you're gonna like punish him or be really upset or angry at him. So I think that's great. Yeah. What is that next tip you wanted to share?
So I love what you're saying, because usually we tend to be obsessed about one person. Mm-hmm. And when we have felt in the beginning the butterflies in the stomach, a man will go silent after making you fall in love, right? When they know that they have the control of the situation, that's where they will disappear. So we cannot focus on the beginning of the relationship. We want to focus on today, and you need to raise your expectation. Now, ladies, what I will tell you in the tip number 3, it's very special. I have to be honest with you. I want you to see him as just an experimentation. What does it mean exactly? We will not focus on the results. We will not focus on I want him in a relationship. We will just try things with him. And this will help you, first of all, release the pressure. And this will help you also understand how to behave with a man and how to make him fight for you. So there is no results and no pressure. It's only a test that we will do. And I will ask you, ladies, to be open to flirt. So basically, you can make some jokes. You can just show him that you're flirtatious in the text message. You can create some chemistry or intimate chemistry in this, because we don't care about the pressure. We just want to show him what he is losing. So you need to have this mindset, and you will see this as a game that will allow you to see him again, but this time you will set the boundaries, you will set the rules. So Helena, this is a little bit tricky because it sounds that you have to play a little bit of a game to make him come to you. So this is only if you want to regain some control of the situation, only if you really want to give everything. If not, I will suggest, like you just said, it's better sometimes to not just move on, but let him come to you again and again. If you want to act, be flirtatious. Make sure that you create some, what I love is this type of game, who is the best one? So you can say, oh my God, I did this activity like karting. Karting is a very great activity. I'm sure I can beat you. This is the flirtatious situation where you just make him feel that you're different. Make him feel that you touch a little bit of his ego and he wants to see you again. But that's very special.
So great. I'm glad we're giving advice to women who aren't quite ready to let go and move on. I mean, obviously, if a man is not being consistent, for over a long period of time, like I mentioned, we want you to drop that guy and move forward. And if he's the right guy, just trust that the right guy, any guy, is absolutely not going to jeopardize his opportunity to be with you. He's not going to risk losing you. But this is phenomenal for women who aren't quite ready to do that. And I can see how this would actually attract all kinds of men, right? Being,
Yes.
keeping it all about yourself, talking about exciting things that you have going on in your life, right? Being open and receptive. That's going to attract the right man for you, whether it's this particular man in question here or a guy who's a million times better. So I love everything you're sharing. Do you want to recap these 3 points and anything else you have to say on this topic before we close out? I would love to hear it.
Yeah, sure. So as we said, when a man is distant, when a man is pulling away, when a man is silent, we need to make sure that this is a decision. Even if you will not say, oh, you know what, I don't feel the connection, or I want to take some time, or I want to keep you on the side, you need to know that this guy is just leaving the door open. And I feel sorry to tell you that, but this is just the truth. So if we know that, we need to mirror his behavior. So we will be distant, we will not text him, we will not call him, we will not ask him to go out, and we will use this time to focus on yourself. Make sure that you post on social media, make sure that you set some goals for yourself. This will allow you to take the time to show him that you're not that needy. I would say that in 70 to 80%, you will receive a text message. Mm-hmm. But this text message will not be the one that you're waiting for. It will not come with like a love like declaration. No way. It will test you. And when you receive this text, you need to use the challenge techniques, which is showing that you have a great life, showing that you are really doing something that you enjoy. You can use your professional life or your social life. This will help you make him react to this situation. And the last thing that we have seen is to see this situation as an experimentation, let's say a game. You need to be flirtatious, you need to tease him, but you need to remember one thing. If this is working, that doesn't mean it's the right one, because you need to always play the game, and I'm not sure it's right. So you need to do it just for you as a personal development journey. It sounds a little bit tricky, but I will be able to answer your question in the comment section. But this is what you need to do. And you need to keep in mind one thing. This type of men, usually they always come back. But they don't come back for you. They don't come back because they want to make you happy and because they gain some clarity or maturity. No, they will come back because they don't want to lose the control they have on you. It doesn't sound exciting, it's scary, but I've seen so many women suffering from a man hot and cold behavior, like silence, His silence is a decision, but then he comes back and says, oh, I miss you. And then he goes back to his silence. Yeah. This is just destroying your love life. And that's why Helena is here, that's why I'm here. It's to avoid you to be in a one-sided relationship or a toxic relationship.
Absolutely. So it sounds like what you're saying is don't do this just for the effect it will have on this one guy, right? Do this for
Exactly,
you,
yes.
right? Do this because you don't want to be chasing any man who's not pursuing you. You want to take your focus off of him and put it on yourself and your own life where it belongs, something I always say, right? And trust that the right guy is going to come towards you. He's not going to be inconsistent or hot and cold constantly, right? So I love everything you shared. This was so important. I want to do so many more podcast episodes with you. So I hope you can do this again soon. Where can people
Sure.
find you? I know you have an amazing big YouTube channel. I personally love your videos. I think they give such great information to women. So yeah, and I also know you have a free gift that you want to share, right?
Yes. So my YouTube channel is French Relationship Expert. As you can hear, I have a good, strong French accent, but I try to do my best. And I also created a bestseller in France, in Europe, translated in English, and you can have it for free. I'm sure that you will just basically incorporate the link. So get this book. It's the truth about love. So it's all about the misconception that we receive from the society, Hollywood, and what to do. So I tend to really be actionable. I want you to do things and to change. And the last thing I want to share, Helena, is it's funny because every time I share this advice, women write to me, Alex, it's crazy because my ex is coming back. There is two exes or this new guy. And so it changed a lot of their attitude, their mindset, because they are focusing on themselves. So ladies, focus on yourself and you will be able to attract. And then it's a matter of just time and attitude to find a real man, the guy that will just provide you what you're looking for. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So an Amazon bestseller, you're giving it away totally
For
free,
free. Yeah.
right? So just click, if you're watching on YouTube, click the title of this video. It'll open up the description and that will be the first link in there. And I'll also include links to your YouTube channel and anything else you'd like to share. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, it's in the episode details. So definitely get your hands on that while it's still being offered totally free. That's so generous of you. And I've heard some great feedback on people who
Thank
have
you.
read your book. I personally downloaded it myself and read it. I thought it was phenomenal. And I can't believe you're offering it for free. So everyone, please go check that out. Alex, this was great. I hope we can do this again soon. And I just love everything you shared.
Thank you so much for the invitation. Thank you so much for listening, women and also men. I don't forget about you guys. But if you have any question, I'll be happy to help, happy to be here and to come back because I want you also on my YouTube channel, of course.
I would love to. Yes, let's definitely do this again soon. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure to click the follow button on my podcast homepage. I'm uploading new episodes almost every day. So make sure to come back to my podcast often so you don't miss any new episodes. And I will talk to you again very soon. Alex, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lena.